we also do have a news story this week. DC have announced something, a crossover, for the couple of months after Night Terrors. It's not a big line-wide thing. It's just 2 books, but it is Batman and Catwoman that are going to be crossing over, and it's called the Gotham War.
Boy.
So I know the feelings are all just So this is taking place over 2 issues of both books and a couple of like tie-in one shots. So there's a one shot that kicks it all off called Batman Catwoman the Gotham War Battle Lines issue 1, and then the story takes place throughout Batman 137 and 138 and Catwoman 57 and 58. And then there's also a 2-issue tie-in called the Gotham War Red Hood issue 1 and 2. I know Connor's rubbing his hands together at the end of that. And then there's another tie-in which is Scorched Earth. Now I'm getting conflicting things in this article. The bulk text says this is also a 2-issue thing, but the bullet point list only says issue 1. So I'm not sure if that's a one shot or 2-parter. But either way, it doesn't make much of a difference.
It'll be confirmed whenever we get solicits.
Yeah. So it's 2 issues of each of the books, and a big one shot to kick it off, and then some tie-ins, which I assume will be relatively optional.
Bold.
As someone that is very puzzled by Zdarsky's decisions.
Oh, I know.
Is Zdarsky that's behind this story?
Well, he's writing half of it. It's him and
but
Tini Howard, who's doing Catwoman, that's working with him on it.
Yeah, who's writing the one shot like to kick it off? Or is it both of them?
It's them, I think. Yeah, it's them together.
Yeah, it's them. But it just says Zdarsky's blurb on it is, I don't want to spoil anything, but with Selina's recent breakout from jail and Bruce's struggles with Zur-En-Arrh, things are going to get intense in italics.
Selina was in jail?
I guess.
None of us have been reading Catwoman, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought that we were kind of not done with Zur-En-Arrh as a concept, but just to have it come back after the arc that we just had. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I really was down in that last Batman arc that just finished. Like, by the time we got to the end of that...
Great.
Yeah, by the time we got to the end of that, I was just tearing it to shreds. So, the fact that it's now crossing over this run that I'm having issues with a book that I don't even want to read makes this a really tough sell, I think, for us as a group.
Yeah, and also, it's not even a concept that is exciting to maybe get you back on board. It's something that even before we knew the details, you said the name, and we all kind of went, oh, okay.
Yeah, basically Catwoman's a crime boss now, and she's going to be pitted against Batman. That's basically the premise.
Never seen that before.
Yeah, it doesn't feel that, I don't know, interesting or new or exciting.
It's a lot like when Cyborg has to fight a machine version of a villain. And is he man or machine? It's like, okay, we get it, guys. You guys got one story.
I mean,
but let's try something different. Maybe it'll be different.
Don't get me wrong. I am happy that this is just Batman and Catwoman, and it's not because I'm already annoyed that the previous 2 months are losing most of the regular books. Yep. So I'm pleased that this is just in its own little corner.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Should we choose to ignore it, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
The real question is, should you choose to ignore it, do you end up coming back to Batman afterwards?
Probably not, because I'm already on the cusp. So,
assuming that is Batman still once a month or is it twice?
It's once.
Right. So that's going to be 4 months of you not reading Batman potentially.
Hey, I'm getting all the Batman I need over there in Detective, so I'm okay.
I'm Brave and the Bold, which was fantastic.
I haven't read that yet.
That's true.
Tech is fantastic.
Yes.
I feel like the one thing that Batman's got going for it, and this is just unfair to every other book, is that it's Batman. And
did Pete just because Batman, the Batman book?
No, but like I get why it sells so much because people walk into a store and they'll just grab a book called Batman. You know?
Yeah, like I think it almost gets like it's almost easier to jump back into it after a break because it's just such a consistently important book, even though it doesn't feel that important right now, admittedly, but like you expect at any given point it might become important again.
For the first time since we had a switch over, you know, from I'm trying to think, maybe from Tynan, right? That this is the least important Batman has felt. Because even when Williamson had it, it felt like you had Lex Luthor showing up and you had Batman Inc. stuff. It felt like it was doing something
It
bigger.
still felt like it was more the main Bat book at the time
Yeah.
because Detective was doing
The Tower.
the Tower, which was very much an event thing. It didn't feel like the main book though.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if any of them feel like the main book right now, though, which is just it's an interesting like
Tech feels
philosophical
like,
question. Is like,
you know,
I think objectively speaking, Batman probably feels like the main book because it's more plugged into continuity and it's the one driving these crossovers. Whereas Tech feels like it's the better story.
right, but the whole last arc on Batman was him in an alternate reality.
yeah,
So
it was like gone from continuity as far as it could be for that last arc. Yeah,
Yeah.
But Tech has consistently felt, even during the Tower, that it's the Gotham book. Like, these are the going-ons of Gotham, and you know, Batman's still the main character, but it shifts its focus. So, but yeah,
there's a lot of good things going on right now. But I will say, like, Dawn of DC, I think for the most part has been delivering new, good, ongoing or miniseries books. But the event announcements so far have been like, eh.
We got new stuff coming up on Wonder Woman.
Yeah, so like I think all the actual ongoing regular books from Dawn of DC I've been mostly quite happy with. I mean, obviously, Green Arrow didn't blow us
I
away.
think notably the Superboy one is probably the weakest, right?
right. But that was a winner of a round robin. So
It
that's
is,
not
but
really,
it still has the Dawn of DC banner on it.
yeah.
I would
but-
never expect though that every book in a new line is going to hit. I would,
No,
you know,
you just want like 70%.
yeah, like, but I think the hit rate so far has been pretty good, and I'm feeling quite good about the most of the ongoing content. It's just the event announcements have been kind of shit.
Yeah.
So, hey,
Like we talked last week, like Night Terrors could either be a really fun 2 months for some books, or it could be stuff that we just forget immediately.
uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah.
so
It could be a miserable 2 months of us in this
Yep.
show. Just be like, I'm so sick of Night Terrors. Can we have our books back, please?
I'm kind of expecting that, to be honest. That's
I don't know,
and then if it's not, I'll be pleasantly surprised.
yeah, but like I'm trusting in my writers that I tend to like anyways. Like your Philip Kennedy Johnsons and Ram V's, the books that they're on, I'm sure will be fine. You know, you got the Dan Waters in there too.
Yeah.
His stuff
Yeah,
tends
to
to be
be
pretty
fair,
ethereal. So,
I think the misery is the more likely of the two options, but
yeah.
obviously you hope. You hope for the best.
No.
You don't want the bad.